the Royal Chromo materials. Let's have some fun with them. Hello heroes and villains, welcome to Multiverse. So today we are going to have a bit of fun with the Royal Chromo materials. So now those materials have been added to the marketplace, and I thought we could play with them a bit and show some of the styles that we can create using those materials. So let's get started with the first superhero, Superman. With here I'm using the blue Royal Chromo material and the red Royal Chromo material. For the back piece, I'm using the House of L 2019. The chest piece is the Scuba chest piece. For the pants, any slimline pants will do the trick. The belt is the Stalwart Defender belt, and the boots are the Stalwart Defender boots. So as you can see, we can create a pretty cool looking Royal Chroma Superman. The sad thing is that there is some gold on the chest piece. There's no way to avoid that. The way the materials are made, there's not a single chest piece that is just one color. The closest we have is the Scuba chest piece that you're seeing right now. And sadly, even then, there's some gold seams, as you can see. I guess if you really wanted to, you could try to recreate a 1 million Superman. And of course, I had to use the royal yellow chromo material. But it's not so much the yellow. Like you see, the yellow is only the seams. I basically only used the gold part of the material to be able to recreate this version of Superman. Doesn't work as well as the gold material with the Godfall style, the Godfall chest piece and pants, but it's an option if you want to. Although for that also you need the BVS Superman emblem. So if you don't have that emblem, good luck creating that Superman look. Next, you can use a black Royal Chroma material to be able to recreate a pretty good looking Batman character. Basically, I only use the material for the cape, the cowl, and the gloves and the boots. But it gives us a pretty neat looking Batman. It's an effect that we could recreate using the void material in the past. But now if you do have the black Royal Chroma material, you don't even need the void material to be able to do that. So just to take a look at the difference, here's with the black Royal Chroma material. And here's with the void material. And the way to get the void material this way is to just put it black. It's that simple. And next we have our friend the Flash. Although as you can see with the belt, it doesn't really work with the material, so we're gonna have to go no material on the belt. And for the gloves also, sadly, the edge of the gloves are white. There's no way to be able to get the gold color on the edge of the gloves. It's sad, but well, that's how it is. But as you can see, we can create a pretty good version of the Flash, and it kind of looks like the CW version of the Flash. And again, I'm using the Scuba chest piece, which gives just those gold lines on the chest. It's kind of similar. There was some not gold. There was some yellow lines on the Flash, the costume of the Flash in the first season. So this kind of emulates that. But it does allow us to have the gold boots, which are kind of like the yellow boots that our friend the Flash has. And the gold, I love the gold on the wings on the side of the mask. So it's not perfect, but it's pretty darn good so far to create a pretty cool looking Flash character. And also it allows us to create a pretty cool looking Jay Garrick version of the Flash. I had used this look when I made my Jay Garrick versus the Evil Red Death video. So as you can see, it works really well with our friend Jay Garrick. Obviously, this is not really the Jay Garrick chest piece, but it's close enough. So we have the red Royal material for the chest and the boots, and the blue Royal Chroma material for the gloves and the pants. And with the speed boots look awesome with that material. Much better than the actual material on the boots usually. For the chest piece and the pants, I'm using the shock jock. And the gloves, there's any number of gloves you can use. And obviously we have the official Jay Garrick helmet, the original Speedster helmet. And here using the green Royal Chroma material, we can create a pretty darn good looking Aquaman. I'm using the Mera chest piece, I'm using the Son of Manta pants, I'm using the King of the Seas gloves and the belt, and for the back piece, that's the drowned trident in the back piece. And of course I'm using the bubbled aura and the constricting eels, but the green Royal Chroma material works really well with this look of Aquaman, at least I thought so. And we can create a somewhat good looking version of our friend Booster Gold. I wish the gloves could be completely gold, and I wish we could have a belt, but other than that, this is about as close to our friend Booster Gold as we can get at this point. And I'm using the blue royal chromo material for the whole style. For the chest, I'm using the Protege chest piece. For the pants, any slimline pants would do the trick. For the boots, I'm using the Stalwart Defender boots. And for the mask, there's any number of masks of half a slimline mask that would do the trick. And the goggles are quite simply the goggles. For gloves, I'm using the Aeronaut gloves. We don't really have a pair of gloves that would really do the trick properly. I guess we need a better pair of gloves in the future. And next we have our friend Dr. Fate. Although I'm trying to use like the Naboo belt and the Naboo cloak. But for the Naboo belt, I guess I should use a different pair of pants. This is probably as close to the new version of Dr. Fate as we can get right now. We don't have a proper Dr. Fate helmet, so... And I didn't apply the material to the helmet. I wanted to keep the shiny eyes. And also, if I apply the material on the helmet, there's bits of the helmet that would end up being blue. So I'd rather not do that. So we can create pretty much the new version of Dr. Fate if we want to. Or we could go for a more classic version of the character if we don't insist on using the Naboo belt. So we can use the clasped belt and the New Genesis pants to create a more classic version of our friend Dr. Fate. And here, using the red roll chromo material, we can create a pretty darn good looking version of our friend Red Tornado. And we're using the elemental android style, obviously. The exception is the back piece. The back piece, I'm using the Raish Al Ghul proper cape. It looks more like a Red Tornado with that cape, so that's what I decided to use. And the War Metal suit looks awesome with the blue royal chromo material. Which reminds me, I should probably make a video about the War Torn suit, maybe later this week. And also we have the Drachma accessory. So it looks pretty awesome looking. I wish I had it with a bigger build, a character that has a bigger build. Maybe in the future. I had made a video about how we can create a checkmate character, but it was too awesome not to include in this video. Love it. I guess the only thing that's missing, if we could have like maybe a staff in the back, that would probably be an improvement. Not a big deal. I tried to use some of the old chromo materials on my Deathstroke character, and sadly with the Mercenaries Malice headpiece, it just doesn't work. But here on the new 52 headpiece, it works perfectly. I'm using the black royal chromo material for the headpiece, and everything else is the blue royal chromo material. So with the Master Mercenary, the material looks awesome. But if you try to use Mercenaries Malice or even the classic Deathstroke, doesn't work quite as well, sadly. I tried with a few of my other characters. Here you can see a version of the evil Ultraman. Again, it's a combination of the red royal chromo material and the blue royal chromo material. It's not bad, but I'm not sure about it. Here we have a nice version of our friend Reverse Flash. Not a bad look. Sadly, I cannot apply the material on the belt. I had to use, I think, the first material for the belt. Here's a variation on our friend Aquaman. I tried to use a Noble Warrior chest piece. Not too crazy about that. I made a version for Supergirl. Again, using the blue royal chromo material and the red royal chromo material. It works well enough. And again, I'm using the scuba chest piece, of course. I tried to tweak my Black Lantern Batman, and sadly, it gives the look isn't bad. It's no longer a Black Lantern if you put it like that. Here a variation on our friend Dr. Fate. not bad, but it's still going to need some work. Although I'm combining it with the gold material, like the gloves, the belt, and the boots, and probably the cape too. That's only the gold material. And I had to use it on my Magneto First Class, and I have to admit, pretty happy about the look it gives to the character. And here I was able to use the red and the blue Royal Chroma material to create a Wonder Woman character. Sadly for the belt, I had to use the Donatroy belt because sadly around the waist there's part of the chest piece that goes into the shorts, sort of. There's part of the shorts that kind of complete the chest piece, and sadly the shorts are blue, the chest piece is red, so it didn't really work. So I had to use the Donatroy belt to try to cover a bit of the style that didn't quite work with the material. And here I made what I thought was a pretty cool looking version of our friend Owlman. I love this version. And this has to be the crown jewel. The evil Yellow Lantern Batman, or the evil Yellow Lantern Batman who laughs, I guess. The gold looks pretty awesome with that look. And the black, the deep black, the contrast between the gold and the deep black, holy crap, I love this. I had made a variation with the Sinistro Chroma material, but it looks even better with the black Royal Chroma material. Holy crap, I love this look. And we can make a pretty cool looking Superboy-Prime. I had made a version of Superboy-Prime mixing the style of the Disciple of Parallax with the Anti-Monitor style. Sadly, I'll show you what happens with the chest piece. Sadly, if I use the Disciple of Parallax chest piece, it does look awesome, but we do lose the Sinistro Corps emblem. So I had to find an alternative. So the alternative I went with was the Sector Incendiary. So sadly, I kind of preferred the Disciple of Parallax chest piece, but I wanted to have the Yellow Lantern emblem. So in order to be able to get the Yellow Lantern emblem, the Parallax chest piece is not really an option with the material. At least, not at this point in time. And just for the fun of it, I had to use the Centurion Nova Prime. It's not exactly it. Obviously, the helmet is off quite a bit, but within the context of DC Universe Online, this is pretty darn close to our friend the Centurion Nova Prime, or Richard Rider, as some of you probably know, as I could get at this point. There's probably a helmet or two that I could have tried to use. I could have tried to use maybe the Orion helmet. Maybe next time. And there's probably other characters that I'm going to try to tweak using those materials. If I do, I might make a follow-up video at some point. I guess I'll have to give it some thoughts. So that is going to be pretty much it for now, guys. If you have any questions, feel free to ask so in the comment section down below, and I'll see what I can do about answering your questions. I have roughly 2,000 videos about DC Universe Online at this point, so if I don't answer your question right away, just search in my videos. Odds are I already made a video that answers your question. And that's going to be pretty much it for now, guys. So as always, thank you for watching, and I will see you guys next time. Bye-bye.